how do you make somebody sick in the workplace? The first recipe to get somebody sick is you increase the workload. Then you reduce the control. You don't have much control over how to manage it, the time, the limits, or the resources. As you cut down the control, then you reduce the reward. Hey, you have a job, be happy to have a job. From there, you isolate the individual, loss of community. And then you make sure they have more work than somebody else, so it's unfair. And then you say, be happy, you're working for an extraordinary department. And within this, if you had a little bit of harassment on top of that, you steer it a little bit, then you have somebody who's a mental problem that can lead to a mental illness. When we talk about mental health, we're talking about something quite special. So when we look at the spectrum going from...
I think this is a really important conversation we're having here about mental wellness. We want to support better communication with managers and people who come to work where people feel seen and heard. And I hope today when I leave, and I'm pretty sure I've already seen some evidence of that today, that we are pushing the conversation along so that more people are involved, more people are included in the conversation.
1 in 5 Canadians will experience a mental health issue or mental health illness every year. It's probably closer to 4 in 5 Canadians, and for those who are courageous enough to self-identify, 1 in 5 is certainly an astonishing figure in and of itself.
Alors, le premier, c'est quelqu'un où il y a un changement drastique au niveau du comportement. Le deuxième, c'est un changement aussi au niveau des états d'âme. Le troisième serait un comportement plus agressif. Alors, automatiquement, quand quelqu'un a un comportement qui sort de l'ordinaire, on est en droit de se poser soi-même la question, est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose qui a changé? Est-ce que je peux aider?
We are so busy, all of us, bragging about how freaking busy we are, and yet who's looking after this property over here? Who's taking care of your real estate? That's your job.
So it is a question for government or any workplace for that matter, to train people at all levels of organizations to know how to communicate well and how to create a community that can be responsive to fundamental values that we all share, like inclusivity, like respect.
It's part of your accountability, frankly, to be having those conversations without the added burden of the uncomfortable part that comes with stigma.
We're all humans, we're all struggling. And that connectedness. And it seems that in the hurry and hurriness that we live through, we forget about that humanity.
I think we all have work to do in that area, and so yes, there are training and there are websites and there are things that we can do, but I do think if we do set standards, it helps to express our shared values, and that in a sense is like a foundational building block, I think, for the future.